Imagine this, two little boys, smiling, playing, completely innocent, linking up like normal kids. Except these aren't normal kids. One is the son of King Von. The other is the son of FBG Duck. Two fathers who were locked in one of the most deadly and personal beefs in Chicago drill history. Two men who dissed each other relentlessly. Two men who are no longer here. And now, years later, their sons are standing in the same frame. Bro, this one picture broke the internet for all the right and wrong reasons. Some called it beautiful. Some called it healing. Some said it's the end of the cycle. But behind the smiles, there's layers most people aren't talking about. Pain, grief, legacy, and yes, even questions about whether this moment was real or AI generated. King Von's baby mama went off, threatening to sue Pages for posting it, saying Von would never allow this. Meanwhile, FBG Duck's mother, Mama Duck, has been on her own journey, from filing lawsuits against Von's estate to speaking about peace. And in the middle of all this tension, these two boys met. This isn't just a viral photo, gang. This is the cycle of trauma in Chicago drill staring us right in the face. And maybe, just maybe, trying to break itself. Today we're unpacking everything. The real story behind this link-up, the pain both families carry, the allegations that still linger, and what this moment actually means for the next generation. Do not touch that screen. Do not skip ahead. Because this one goes deep from the very first second. Let's get into it. Let's go back so you can understand how deep this really is. King Von and FBG Duck weren't just two rappers who didn't like each other. They were leaders of opposing sides in one of the most violent chapters of Chicago's Black Disciple Civil War, O'Block versus Tukaville. Their diss tracks weren't just music. They were war cries. Von dropped visuals that had Duck's name all in it. Duck came back just as hard. The tension was personal, public, and deadly. Then in August 2020, FBG Duck was gunned down in broad daylight on the Magnificent Mile in Chicago's Gold Coast. Shot multiple times while shopping. A brazen hit that shocked even the streets. Just a few months later, in November 2020, King Von was killed outside a hookah lounge in Atlanta. Two fathers gone. Two sons left behind to grow up in the shadow of legends and enemies. Fast forward to May 2026. A photo surfaces online. King Von's son and FBG Duck's son together. Smiling. Innocent. The internet lost its mind. Comments flooded in. The cycle is breaking. This is what peace looks like. Generations changing. People were tagging it as one of the most powerful moments in recent Chicago drill history. For a second, it felt like the streets might finally let the kids have something their fathers never could, a chance to be normal. But then reality hit. King Von's baby mama, Queen Kima, jumped on social media furious. She called the pictures AI-generated fakes and threatened to sue every blog and page that posted them. Von would never let this happen, she said. She made it clear that in her eyes, this link-up went against everything Von stood for. The protective father. The loyal soldier. The man who would have shut this down immediately. On the other side, FBG Duck's mother, Lashina Weekly, Mama Duck, has been walking her own complicated path. She's been vocal since her son's death. She filed a major lawsuit against Lil Durk, King Von's estate, and others, alleging they played a role in her son's killing. She's spoken in interviews about the pain, about how the music and the beef cost families everything. She's also been seen showing moments of humanity, even holding King Von's daughter years ago. So when this picture of the boys dropped, it hit different for her side too. This isn't just about two kids meeting. This is about mothers carrying unimaginable weight. This is about legacies soaked in blood. This is about whether the next generation has any real chance to escape the trauma their fathers lived and died in. Let's talk about what the cycle of trauma actually means here. In Chicago, especially in the drill scene, trauma isn't just a word. It's watching your father get killed. It's hearing his music blasting everywhere while people argue if he was hero or villain. It's growing up knowing your last name carries both pride and targets. It's the constant pressure of you gotta avenge him, or you gotta be better than him. That weight sits on these little boys right now, even if they don't fully understand it yet. When that photo went viral, it forced the culture to ask hard questions. Can the sons rewrite the story their fathers wrote in blood? Or is the trauma too deep, the streets too loud, the memories too strong? Some people were optimistic. They saw two kids playing and believed healing was possible. Others were realistic, even cynical. They're kids now, but wait till they grow up and learn the full story. The internet wants peace, but the streets remember. And then there's the AI controversy that made everything even messier. Many believe the viral images were generated, not real. The lighting, the backgrounds, small details didn't add up for some. Queen Kima's strong reaction added fuel to that fire. But even if it was AI, the conversation it started was very real. People wanted this moment to be true so badly because deep down, the culture is tired. Tired of losing young men. Tired of mothers crying. Tired of the same cycle repeating. This moment, real or manufactured, became a mirror. It showed how badly some parts of the culture want redemption, want peace, want the kids to have a different outcome. But it also showed how complicated that peace actually is when lawsuits are still active, when estates are involved, and when the internet never forgets. Now, to really understand this, we have to talk about the mothers. Queen Kima is raising Vaughn's son in a world that worships his father, but also knows the enemies his father made. She's protective, and rightfully so. On the other side, Mama Duck has turned her pain into activism while still fighting for justice in court. Both women are doing what they think is best for their children, yet the internet wants to pit them against each other. This link-up, whether it truly happened or not, represents something bigger than two boys. It represents hope versus reality. It represents the question every Chicago mother in this life asks: how do I stop my child from becoming the next story? We're just getting started, gang. Because there's so much more to unpack. The real history of the Vaughn and Duck feud, what the families have said privately and publicly, the role money and legacy play in all this, and whether this generation actually has a shot at breaking free. Let's talk about the actual weight these two little boys are carrying without even knowing it yet. The feud between King Vaughn and FBG Duck wasn't just rap music. It became a street war that split families, neighborhoods, and an entire generation. Vaughn, repping O'Block, and Duck, holding down Tukaville, went back and forth with dices that got more and more personal. Visuals, lyrics, subliminals, everything was on the table. What started as competition turned into something much darker. When Duck was killed in that brazen daylight shooting in August 2020, the streets immediately pointed fingers toward O'Block. Then Vaughn himself was taken out in Atlanta just months later. Two young fathers gone. Two sons left fatherless. And now, years later, those same sons are being looked at as symbols of possible peace or continued pain. That viral photo from May 2026 hit different for everyone. For some, it was pure hope. Two kids smiling together, no hate in their hearts, just childhood innocence. People were writing long paragraphs about breaking generational curses and how the new generation doesn't have to continue the same cycle. Others were more skeptical. They said it's cute now, but when these boys get older and start understanding the history, the streets, and the music, things might change. Queen Kima's reaction made the whole situation even more complicated. She came out strong, calling many of the images AI generated and saying Vaughn would never approve of any link-up between the families. Her protectiveness is understandable. She's raising Vaughn's son in a world that still celebrates his father, but also remembers the enemies he made. One picture can open doors she's been trying to keep closed for her child's safety. Mama Duck, on the other side, has been living with a different kind of pain. She lost her son in one of the most public and violent ways possible. She's spoken openly in interviews about the loss, about how both deaths only brought more suffering to the families. She's pushed for justice through the courts with the lawsuit against Vaughn's estate and others. At the same time, she's also shown moments that suggest she wants the violence to end. That duality makes this whole situation heavy. Two mothers trying their best to protect their children while carrying enormous grief. This is what the cycle of trauma looks like in real time. It's not just about the shootings. It's about the stories children grow up hearing. It's about last names that carry both pride and danger. It's about music that keeps playing long after the artists are gone. These boys didn't ask for any of this. They didn't choose the beef. They didn't choose to be born into one of the most discussed rivalries in drill history. Yet here they are, already at the center of conversations they're too young to fully understand. What makes this moment so powerful is how much people wanted it to be real. Chicago has lost so many young men. The mothers have cried too many times. The fans have watched too many funerals. So when a picture like this surfaces, even if parts of it might be AI, it gives people something they desperately need: hope. Hope that the pain doesn't have to repeat. Hope that these kids can grow up as friends instead of enemies. Hope that the cycle can actually be broken. But hope alone isn't enough. The reality is much more complicated. There are still active legal matters. There's money, estates, and legacies involved. There's an entire internet culture that loves to keep old beefs alive for content. And there are streets that don't forget history easily. So even if the boys are cool right now, the real test will come later when they become teenagers and young men who start asking questions about their fathers. Think about what these kids are inheriting. On one side, Vaughn's music is still generating significant income. His legacy is still growing. His face is on murals across the city. On the other side, Duck's family is fighting to keep his name and memory alive while seeking justice. These two boys are growing up in two different realities, yet the internet wants to put them in the same picture and call it peace. That tension is what makes this story so layered. The cycle of trauma isn't just violence. It's the emotional weight, the expectations, the identity struggles, and the constant reminders of what their fathers went through. Breaking it means more than a single photo. It means consistent effort from the families, from the culture, and from the boys themselves as they grow. It means choosing education over ego, choosing future over revenge, choosing life over street codes that already took their fathers. A lot of people missed the deeper conversation this moment started. It wasn't just about whether the picture was real. It was about what kind of world we want to create for the next generation of Chicago kids. Do we keep feeding them the same narratives of beef and loyalty at all costs? Or do we create space for them to be normal children first? This one moment forced that question into the spotlight, and the answers aren't easy. The truth is, this link-up, whether fully real or partially manufactured, has forced the entire Chicago drill community to look in the mirror. For years, the culture has celebrated the pain, turned street violence into entertainment, and watched families get destroyed while streams kept climbing. But when two innocent boys connected, something shifted. People started asking the uncomfortable questions they usually avoid. Are we really okay with the cycle continuing? Are we raising another generation of fatherless children who will one day pick up the same flags? Or can we finally say enough is enough? Lil Durk and the bigger OTF camp have stayed relatively quiet on this specific moment, but their shadow looms over everything. Durk was Vaughn's big brother in the game. He signed him. He pushed his music. And now he's dealing with his own legal situations while trying to move forward. The lawsuit from FBG Duck's family names him and Vaughn's estate directly. That legal pressure adds another layer to this whole situation. Money, legacy, and justice are all tangled together, making any real peace even harder to achieve. Yet here we are, two little boys caught in the middle of history they didn't create. Their meeting, even if just for a moment, represents what so many mothers in Chicago pray for every single night: that their children don't become the next casualty in somebody else's war. Queen Kima is fighting to protect her son's image and safety. Mama Duck is fighting for justice while trying to find peace in her own heart. Both women are doing what mothers do, carrying pain most of us can't imagine while still trying to give their children a better future. So what does breaking the cycle actually look like? It looks like mothers putting aside old beefs for the sake of the children. It looks like the culture stopping the glorification of death and start celebrating life. It looks like these boys being allowed to form their own identities instead of being trapped in their father's stories. It looks like the older generation mentoring them towards success instead of street credibility. That's the real work. Not just a viral photo. Not just pretty words online. Real, consistent, uncomfortable change. As these boys grow up, They will face choices their fathers never got the chance to fully make. They will hear the music. They will see the old interviews. They will feel the weight of the names they carry. The question is whether the people around them, family, friends, the culture, will help them carry that weight wisely or push them toward repeating the same patterns. King Von's music still plays everywhere. His voice is still loud. His story still moves people. FBG Duck's impact on his side of the city remains strong. Both men left behind art that outlived them. But they also left behind pain that their children shouldn't have to inherit. The cycle of trauma doesn't end by ignoring the past. It ends by acknowledging it, learning from it, and choosing something different moving forward. This moment with the two sons is bigger than Chicago. It's a story happening in cities across America where street culture, music, and violence have become too closely connected. Young boys growing up without fathers. Mothers carrying impossible loads. Communities watching the same tragedies play out generation after generation. If we can root for these two particular boys to make it out different, we should root for all the others too. At the end of the day, Tasha Bennett, Von's mother, continues honoring her son in her own way. Mama Duck continues fighting for hers. Queen Kima continues protecting hers. All of these women are carrying legacies that are both beautiful and painful. And somewhere in the middle are two little boys who just want to play, smile, and grow up without the world forcing them into roles they never auditioned for. The cycle of trauma is real, but so is the possibility of breaking it. That viral moment, real or not, gave us all a glimpse of what that break could look like. Innocent kids. No hate in their eyes. Just potential. Just a chance at a different story. Whether these two boys stay connected or life pulls them in different directions, the conversation they started matters. It reminds us that behind all the drill beats, the gang affiliations, the diss tracks, and the internet arguments, there are real human beings. Real mothers crying. Real children growing up too fast. Real legacies that can either destroy or inspire. The choice is ours as a culture. What kind of story do we want to tell next? Gang, this one was heavy. I came into this thinking it was just another viral moment, but it turned into something much deeper about pain, legacy, motherhood, and the possibility of change. If this video made you think differently about the cycle so many families are trapped in, do me a favor, drop a like, share it with somebody who needs to see it, and subscribe for more real conversations like this. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe these two boys can actually break the cycle? Or is the weight of their father's history too heavy? Are you team peace, or do you think some beefs never really die? Be respectful, but speak your mind. I read every comment. If you're a mother watching this, a young man trying to find his way, or someone who just wants better for the next generation, let me know how this hit you. Thank you for watching all the way through. These stories matter. These families matter. These kids matter. Let's hope the cycle truly breaks, starting with them. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe out there. Peace.